in that direction. The first thing that's happened is the precip has kind of stopped for most of North Alabama. You run into it heading across the state line on into southern Tennessee, but this is all lifting its way northward on 31 triple Doppler, so that helping a little bit. Also, the fact that we're seeing temperatures edge up slightly. We should see some improvement in many areas, but not all. And I'm going to show you where we may have some additional problems through the afternoon hours. But here's a closer view. Still picking up some precip here around Fayetteville, likely a wintry mix, some snow, but also some sleet perhaps coming down here. But again, this is all primarily lifting to the north, but this is not it for us. Look at all the moisture back to the west. Precip starts to pick back up again around Tupelo, westward towards the Mississippi, and again it is this wintry mix that is out there, some sleet and some freezing rain, so we do expect a bit more of that coming through, particularly for you folks in northwest Alabama. You've had some heavy sleet here through the morning hours, and now we may be looking at some freezing rain that comes in on top of it. Again, the temperatures are creeping up. If you're over here in Sand Mountain, we've climbed to 38 in Fort Payne, 34 in Guntersville, so at least temporarily the threat for winter precip ending in this part of North Alabama. 28 degrees in Huntsville. That's up about 3 degrees here in the last hour and a half to 2 hours. We're sitting at 27 right now out towards Muscle Shoals. All right, here's your forecast temperature-wise as we take you through this afternoon, and this is in and around the greater Huntsville area. We do expect in the next couple of hours we are going to go above the freezing mark, and they may go up a little bit more into the upper end of the 30s heading into the early evening hours. And again, this will time out well for the Rocket City because that's also when we expect the next big wave of rain to come on in. But we're going to be monitoring the temperature very, very closely before that next round arrives. These are the looks outside with our Thompson Roofing and Construction Skycam network. Traffic a little better there on 565. Still a slow go going over the Tennessee River Bridge there, Highway 31 into Decatur. We are seeing a little thawing on our Muscle Shoals camera. This was pretty glazed over a little bit earlier today, and Guntersville probably the best looking picture of all. We've not heard of really any significant problems over there in Marshall County. Ice storm warning does remain in effect out here in the northwest corner of the state, so Franklin, Colbert, Lauderdale County, you are not done yet. And for the remainder of the area, we still have that winter weather advisory in effect, but as we transition to some rain in many spots here along and to the east of the I-65 corridor, things will get better. It'll be a cold rain, but at least rain is better than ice, so that will be some improvement for us. All right, here's the latest with Future Radar. Doing a pretty good job actually showing the placement of this band of precip, southern Tennessee lifting out. But there is going to be more coming in from the west. And then look at how it breaks down. The pink color, that's your wintry mix. So we're still likely to see more of that, especially here in the northwest part of Alabama. But as this comes in mid-afternoon towards Decatur, Huntsville, Coleman, points eastward, a lot of this is going to be just a cold rain. We might also hang on to a few spots of a wintry mix here close to the Georgia border. By 6 o'clock in the evening, finally seeing temperatures warm enough out towards Muscle Shoals where we're getting that changeover to a cold rain. And that'll continue to be the trend for a lot of us overnight tonight and into tomorrow morning. So the good news is once we get through, I think for a lot of us early to mid-evening, we're going to be done with the wintry precip. It's going to be all rain for the early part of your Sunday, and then that is going to move out as we work our way on into the beginning of next week. But we're not done with issues after that. Again, we've got our 31 alert days for the weekend, also on Monday. After that moisture moves out on Sunday, temperatures are going to drop again. We go all the way down to 15 by Monday morning, and any residual moisture on the roads that does not dry before temperatures fall into the 20s late Sunday afternoon, that could freeze up into some black ice. So we may yet have some more travel problems out there at the tail end of the weekend and for early next week. Also, a cold weather advisory in effect for Monday. That 15 will feel like it's about 0 with the wind come Monday morning. That's dangerously cold wind chill values. Monday afternoon, we only make it into the mid-20s. The rest of next week looking generally quiet, but continued cold with most days in the lower 30s. And those morning temperatures primarily in the teens and the 20s. We'll, of course, continue to provide you with some weather updates through the remainder of this afternoon. Chris?